Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. In 1979, Lionel Williams was convicted and sentenced to 51 years for the murder of 50s film actor Sal Mineo. Yet he has maintained his innocence all this time and is still fighting to clear his name. The new documentary Unseen Innocence tells his story, and we welcome to Afternoon Live filmmaker Letitia McIntosh and Lionel Williams. Thank you both for being here. It's great to chat with you.
Thank you for having us.
So Lionel, not many people call you that name, right? I should call you Ray Ray?
That's right. Call me Ray Ray. I feel more at home.
Okay, good. So take me back to the beginning of this story in 1976. There was a night when your whole life changed.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I was out trying to get a loan for another car, and it seemed like everything just happened.
Were you aware of Sal Mineo or anything that had occurred in the evening before you were a part of this whole story?
Say it again?
Were you aware of Sal Mineo or who he was at all before you became a part of this story?
No, I didn't know who he was. I watched some of his movies, but I didn't know who he was.
And Letitia, when did you become aware of Ray Ray and his decades-long story now?
Well, when I was introduced to him by a guy who I had filmed his music video, and I was introduced to him because they were trying to book in Ray Ray's motorcycle club in Bakersfield. And they introduced me. He told me a story. He said, "I'm no angel, but I did not do this, and I want to clear my name before I leave this planet." So I researched, and I became aware of it. It's been 2 years now that I've been on this journey with him.
So what prompted the decision to move forward with a documentary as the best way to tell the story today?
We started out as a documentary because we wanted to just pull all of the information that we could find and just chronicleize everything that has happened in his story and just piece it together, and start out with the reality of it. So the documentary was the best choice. A feature film will probably come next, will most likely come next. But the documentary is the reality of what's been going on in his life.
Now, Ray Ray, can you recall very much of that time in the early days of when you're initially brought into questioning by the police and then eventually convicted? I mean, that happened over a period of several years, right?
Yes, it did. I was facing some charges in Battle Creek, Michigan for forgery checks. And before I was extradited to Battle Creek, the Hollywood sheriffs that came down to the county jail to interview me about the car that I had. They wanted to know, did I loan the car to anybody? I told them no, the car was brought back to the lot for the nightfall, or the mechanic shop that closed at 5 o'clock. So it was back way before 5 o'clock. Well, O'Connor Lincoln still called the police and let them know, because they had put out an alert if anybody loaned anybody a small yellow car to contact them. So they contacted them, and that's how they contacted me.
Now, throughout this process, have you served your time and already been paroled at this point?
Oh yeah, I've served all the time, done my parole. I had to do my parole in Bakersfield. They wouldn't let me do my parole in Los Angeles. I had to leave LA. They saying that I was coming in contact with too many of the state witnesses. So they made me leave LA and move here.
So you've been through this whole process.
But I was still on parole in Los Angeles on paper, but I did my parole in Bakersfield.
Interesting. So this has taken obviously decades of your life, but still to this day you want people to know that you maintain your innocence. Why is it so important for you to get that message across still to this day?
Well, it wasn't important to me for a long time, you know, but then at that time, my son was 8 years old, and his mother told him that I was a convicted murderer. And by doing that, you know, when it was my week to have him, you know, he went into this quiet mode. you know, and we wanted to know what was wrong with him, you know. And he told us, he said, "Well, my mother said that you're a killer." You know, and then he went into, you know, don't kill Batman, don't kill Robin, Spider-Man, all this, you know, different people, his cartoon characters. And and then all of a sudden, you know, I met Tisha, and here we are today. You know, I have to get this story out before the end of my life, you know, and who knows about me.
Yeah, the perspective of our children changes everything. And Letitia, what do
Yeah,
you
it does.
hope that people gain from coming across this project and learning Ray Ray's story?
Well, Unseen Innocence, and the movie is titled Unseen Innocence. There's a website called Unseen Innocence, and he has a book called 51 Years to Life. But my purpose is to shine a light on the plight of the wrongfully convicted. I'm hoping to be able to help him get his story so that he can get exonerated and finally get his name cleared. That's the ultimate goal. I believe the assignment came from God to me, because my whole career I worked in IT, and I was on a whole different platform and a whole different lifestyle. And then I became, I got involved with films, and then I met him soon after. And I believe that's my mission, is to help him and others like him to tell their stories, so that people will know that they, what they've gone through, and that they are innocent of the crimes that they were convicted of.
It's pretty incredible how both of your paths crossed in this way. Thank you both for spending some time with us today.
Thank you for
you.
having us. We really appreciate it.
Of course, we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.